I could probably just have that on loop like the entire time and jam out the whole time. Phil in here with Once I Was 7 Years Old, the second that we go live. Like, I feel like he was in here before we even went live.
I don't know how it's possible, but stranger things have happened.
The show.
Yep.
Oh, I'm just gonna wait for some people to get up in here and we'll get the show started.
For real, man.
Are you for Riz? No. Maybe Phil would want to come on one day. I don't know. That's up to him. I'm enjoying the one guest rule though, because it's really keeping things nice. I'm just focusing on like just one person. What else can I do here? There's a display name, brand. I still like the bubble for the little names.
Yeah, it looks a little nicer.
And I'm so glad that I got rid of the StreamYard logo. I just like it so much better. I don't want to distract everyone with my beauty. Well, I mean, like that could be an issue, Phil. Because Phil has been beautiful since he was 7 years old. And only then.
Specifically 7.
Like not any earlier or later. Well, later, but not any earlier. Just one day, he just became Prince Charming on his 7th birthday. So how's everybody doing? I hope that hope the replay goes pretty well and smooth. Hopefully there's no issue. If you are watching the replay, it does take a little while to like render the whole thing where it shows chat and everything. Because I was watching Dayton the stream the other night, like after the fact, and that was like hours after he had went live, and it was like there was no chat. What's up, Snack?
Hey, what's going on?
Snack King Cole. He's got snacks in his bag all the time. Should just like Snack should make like an Eminem rhyme that just like keeps climbing as he's like, I got snacks in my bag and something. It just can't it just never stops. 6 years old, 364 days. I was ugly.
Unfortunate.
Literally. Yeah, we'll wait on a few more people to get in here, and then I'll hit Ryan with the first question because I had to really think about it. Because I was like, all right, me and Ryan are best friends. Like, we actually know each other in person. Like, I don't know Lucas or Dustin in person and everything. So it's like, like it's probably like 90% of Ryan I know. like 90%. And so it's like, what's the other 10% that I'm missing? I don't know. So I kept it really simple. But I don't have anything else because I hit Lucas with like 2 questions, and I guess and kind of like with Lucas, like we just sparked conversation as we went. So I guess that's just what's gonna happen. Snack, we are talking about life and how hard it is. No, I'm kidding. We're talking about snacks in our bags. I don't know. Yeah. I'm doing the interview thing. I'm just like one person and just chat and ask questions. And then maybe later Ryan can hit me with a question that he doesn't know what it is yet.
But technically, this is my first video.
What's up, Anna?
My new, hey.
You did get a new camera.
Yeah, with my new camera. So it looks nice on here. It looks really good to me.
I like mine that you gave me. This has been the best camera
It's really the same exact camera.
It's nice, but I do want to get a new one, like an actual, like, because I think this is still only 720p.
No, this one's 1080p.
So like a 1080 or even a 4K webcam. I mean,
well,
but,
I tried to get some kind of 4K webcam, but I couldn't find it. I don't know. Couldn't find one. And plus, they're probably like $200 anyway.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm good on a mic. Blue Yeti's not good to me, but cam, I could really go for. And since, I've been streaming more regularly, so it's like I can invest in a camera and be fine with it. Before, I wasn't really streaming that much, so it's like, well, I didn't really care, but the camera you gave me is like way above like what I had before. And of course, like streaming through your phone is really good too, but StreamYard is like kind of like there's no, as far as I know, there's no way to do that. Or else I probably would, but I like just having it on the side anyway. That way I'm not making everything on the channel be filmed with my phone. So just to let you guys know, it's like, how do I even approach this? Ryan's kind of back doing content, but the only thing is the video that he made got blocked because it had footage from like, Warner Brothers and stuff, but
yeah, that's the weirdest story ever for what happened.
But whenever he gets it back,
I've never had a video go up and then get blocked.
And even like finding the blue Pepsi, no, I haven't been able to. Like, I've been looking, and it's not. I wish, like, I don't know. I tried to see if I could order it. Amazon doesn't have it yet. It's probably going to take a little while, but hopefully I can find it soon. So I want to review that instantly. Because I've never had it. I know it was a thing back in the day, but just like Crystal Pepsi, I didn't have Crystal Pepsi until it returned again like a few years ago. So yeah, been here all day, 24/7. Yeah, I mean, like he's been around. It's been around the block. That sounds weird. But so, like if your video would have stayed up, like it obviously like would have, like it'd been a really good plug, but it is what it is. I'm just stating the fact that happened, and that, like the fact is though that you're making content, like you're like, you've got that inspiration to sit and edit. Cause I mean, you've been working on the Ready Player One review for freaking like you were wanting, had the spark to do it for so long, and you've been editing on it for so long.
It's been since last February is how long I've worked on it. So it's
Phil, hi Anna, even though like that's your girl and you're saying hi in the chat. Like I see you, Phil, trying to troll. But yeah, go ahead. What?
But yeah, like I've been working on it since literally last February. So it's going up no matter what. Like no matter what I have to do, it's going up. Like, because I'm not just gonna let it sit like, oh well, I'm giving up. Like, no, it's going up.
List of your channel and all your content is boring. You should just delete your channel, both of you. I mean, that's totally up. That's not up to you. If you don't like the content, then you really don't have to watch, and you're probably a fake account anyway. So I don't really care. Anything that you could say is not gonna. I was telling my hairstylist today, I was talking about like mean comments and stuff on YouTube, and like nothing, like literally nothing you can say is gonna shake me. I should have just. I should have just ignored that anyway to prove the point. But like, because then it's like, if you notice something, you acknowledge some things, like hairstylist. But anyway, but yeah, but Ryan's Ryan's back, and I can say that with what I did watch of the review, it was absolutely great. And I probably, honestly, it really is a step up from your Amazing Spider-Man 2 review. Not to say that one was like any, like, I'm just saying, like, if you guys want these long form videos that, like really in depth, like Ryan focusing for months on like a movie that he, like finds like that has flaws and stuff, like, it's worth the wait, is all I'm gonna say. Like, and your style, I'm a food reviewer that has like the content just come pumping out or whatever, and then you're, just kind of like, like you work a long time on your videos, and that's totally your style. So if you guys are into that, subscribe to Ryan, because I mean, it's like a suspenseful buildup. Just like, it's like when he gets the next project done, and it's worth it.
It's just so weird how it would have, like, what happened. It's not like it went up and then got blocked. Like, it's weird how it's so weird what happened. Because I was trying to upload it literally like for like 2 days straight already. And so I go to lunch and I literally just check my phone. I check my phone, like YouTube Studio, because you can check like, okay, did that video go up? And I'm like, and it actually went up.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I'll just make it public and I'll worry about all the rest later. Because I was going to premiere it and formally ask like, okay, thumbnail. And like, but I just like put it up because I was like, oh, it's up. But then I come home and it said, checking for copyright claims on your video. And I'm like, but it's up.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest, that's the weirdest thing that's ever happened to me is literally, and then literally like 8 o'clock, like it's 8 now, but like 8 o'clock at night, I refresh it and it still said copyright checks on your video are still being, like, it was a weird little description under the upload. And it was like, and so I refreshed it, and that was like right when you said, hey, wait a minute, your video is blocked, dude. And then it said blocked, even though it never said blocked, and it was up normally, but it was suddenly blocked and the checks were done and it was like red. And I'm like, okay, that's the weirdest thing to ever happen. Like,
Snack, just if it persists, you guys are my mods. You can do with what you will. Either way, I don't really care either way.
Like Phil,
but yeah, copyright is tricky.
Like Phil said, like YouTube is getting, but that's the thing is, like, my other movie stuff that I've ever done, I've never had a problem. It's literally specifically this movie is like, but then you have, I was talking to Hannah about, like, you have CinemaSins who shows just the movie basically just in his video. And it's like, how does he get away with that? I don't know. It'll go up and I'll figure out how to get it up, but I don't feel like messing with it right now.
Exactly, Hoosier. And thank you for joining, by the way, you, Snack, and Phil, everybody. I appreciate you all a lot. Because it's a Tuesday night. Like, I feel like we're not gonna like, we're probably not gonna get like a bunch of people, but the people that are here, I appreciate you so much, because you're taking the time out of your day. But yeah, I mean, copyright and stuff can be tricky. I just like,
yeah, it's a thing, and I've dealt with it.
It is a risk, and like, I'm just saying, like, applause to Ryan for doing these videos with knowing that, like, he's working on the videos for months just for it to be taken down. And exactly how I felt about the Day to Remember video. On another channel, I was literally like, that was like, I had literally spent only my time on that, and it just like, and just for like you to kind of have to take it on for it to work out was really kind of a bummer. It's just like, like I wanted to make one. And it just, I don't know, like if I had enough time to like make those all the time, then I would probably be able to perfect it. But it's just like, it's almost not worth it sometimes, because like, you don't get to play enough of the song to make it a good part of the song. You know what I mean? It's like you're very limited to like, it's like you barely even know what just happened with the instruments because of how limited you are to like cut. And you're cutting it down to this little bit, and then you're multiply that by like a lot where you're doing different songs. Like, it's gonna notice. Like, I think it's just, like, and we've put stuff together for trailers and stuff. And when I found that out, like, if you put a whole song to like a game trailer or something, it's not going to do anything. Like, it's all about the music videos.
It's weird. I almost think it's random. I know it's not quite random, but it almost seems random a lot of the time, because it's like, I don't know. Amazing Spider-Man 2, that was the big video that I was like, this is gonna get blocked this is gonna get blocked so hard, and it wasn't. It's so weird.
Snack, I'm gonna get on that Oculus and watch you while I putt, dude. I heard you were doing that with Dayton the stream. That's amazing. I appreciate it. Even if I'm on the background, man, I appreciate it. Freddy Foodie King in the house. I didn't see you till just now. What's up, man? If that is the real Freddy Foodie King, honestly, because I didn't think of that till just now. There's a lot of those. Sound works. Turn your volume up. I don't know, man. Like, I feel like it sounds working for everybody else. So you're trying to catch up on the chat here. What's up, chat? Hey, what's up, Drew? Drew in the house. He's the king of live streams. I mean, he'll live stream I've seen that dude live stream at like 4 a.m. and go until like whenever. Like, that's how he has monetization. At least like he streams so much that he gets all that watch time, and it's amazing. And I try to jump in whenever I can. But every time, I pull up YouTube, and even if I don't necessarily join, like if it's late at night, there's a Drew stream going. Yeah, I'm gonna.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, yeah, it's.
Get out of here. Yeah, all right. I'll send a vid to your IG. Sweet. Tyrone is one of the fake names I use at Starbucks. What?
What?
Tyrone Magnus?
That's what I was about to say.
Hoosier, next time you're ever down, or where to you? Like, whenever that happens again, we need to do a stream, man. I almost wanted to do that day, but I was like, there's too much, like, it was too much to do, and y'all were having a vacation, but it'd be cool to actually have you in a stream, any of you in a stream in person. But I think one day me and Ashley will be seeing Matt and family again. That'd be fun. You beat me. I was like, yeah, I'm just going to manually eject.
Yeah.
Because it's really easy. It's really easy.
Yeah, get out of here.
It's like, yeah, Ron, get out of here. No, I sound like you were like, I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, you just picked up Pepsi Blue, dude. I looked, and they're doing a 4th of July box with their Pepsis right now, and every time I see it, it looks like it, because it's like Pepsi with American flag and everything, and it's like, I keep thinking that's it. And yes, Hoosier, even if it's not in person, man, I got to get you on the stream, because it's just these one-on-one streams. I can save you for one. We got strawberry. Okay, it's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm trying to keep up. Got some strawberry cheesecake Japanese Kit Kats for you to try. The sakura flavored one. That would be cool. I would do that just for y'all. I mean, and the package looks amazing because Phil sent me the package of it, and I just love anything with Japanese writing on it, and it looks great. That's one really eye-catching thing about Critical East Japan's channel is everything over there is in Japan, and everything looks like every label, every design looks cool. Like, let me scroll back up here for a second. Mr. Nice Guy says, hi, what's up, man? Drew, I think I've seen you around and maybe in comments. Oh, well, never mind. Let me get you out of here. I didn't see that until like I thought it was like hi and then like other things. So yeah.
Yeah, but like waiting for him to come back with a new account. And
I appreciate you mods for holding it down. I got a 3-month subscription that I would love to try it. No pun intended. Anna, sorry, has the best Kit Kats. Yes, I would. Can't wait to try that. Oh, Ryan Bradford. I knew I missed somebody up there. Hello, how's it going, man? I'm trying to be better about the chat, guys. I swear. But it's very hard because you're multitasking when you're hosting a show and then you want to talk to the person you have on and then it's like, okay, chat. But, it's like, because there was so many times with Lucas where like me and him are really in a depth, like good conversation. And then there's chat and I'm like not wanting to interrupt him. Like, how do I like segue anything? But anyway, my whole point earlier is check out Ryan's channel, even though, like he's having problems with stuff getting blocked. But if he could figure out the way to get that to not happen, and like it's very touchy, but and
I'm sure it's different from movie to movie. I'm sure it's just different.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, that movie. Because we're actually after this, we're gonna film a commentary for his channel, and like that might not go up because
I don't know.
The movie we're gonna do. That movie we're gonna do is like kind of new, so it's like, well,
yeah. And
it's worth the experiment, I guess, because when we did that for if you guys haven't checked it out yet, I'm drawing a blank on the movie title. What we did.
Jojo Rabbit?
Yeah, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, so we did a commentary for Jojo Rabbit. Just like I had already seen it. It was Ryan's first time to watch it, and we always do it like this. We just get on StreamYard and like record, and he puts it up on his channel when it gets edited. And yeah, that one had no problem, but I mean, it's like the movie just came out recently, and it's like you never know. So a lot of these things are at a risk, and because sometimes like I want to put in like a movie clip in a review, and I do sometimes like I saw your Owen Wilson saying "wow" or whatever on your new video. Which, by the way, Hoosier killed that. If you guys haven't seen him do the Pocky One Chip Challenge for his 1K subscribers, like he took the heat like a man, and I probably wouldn't have lasted as long as he did. He lasted like, well, I'm not going to spoil it. I'll just say. But did you ever try that Mole Burger Halo Pringles? Yes, I did. There's a review on that, actually. That one kind of went under the radar a little bit. Well, no, I take that back. That might have been one that did well. I think it did go well. I think it did well because it was like other new people seeing it, and not really a lot of my regular subscribers got to watch it. I don't know why. I remember not really getting that many comments. 767 views, so it's not really like, I mean, it's doing well, but it's not like in the thousands. Definitely never got the notification. Yeah, it's there. I had a lot of fun reviewing that. That was very interesting. I made a joke about actually being a fan of the Halo franchise, because a lot of people that are reviewing it are like, I don't know what this is, but I'm going to try the chip. It's like, Like, and I had to figure it out, because when I heard Moa Burger and I kind of did my research, I was like, okay, bird, and then I instantly remembered Halo Reach and that bird in the game, and I was like, oh, so it's like the ostrich thing, and I was right. So that was interesting.
That's just a super random, because I don't know if before that I don't know
really weird marketing for that. Like, it just like know. It's so, but it's it's interesting, and it threw me off too, because I thought it was like literally for Halo Infinite, but it doesn't say Halo Infinite. It doesn't have any like advertisement for the new game, but it has Master Chief from the new game on it. So I was like, this is weird. Like, and I mean, maybe that bird is gonna be in the game. Drew says, "Who's your daddy?" Is the man on that chip. Yeah, definitely check that out, guys. I'll have to have Hoosier on a stream one day and talk a little bit about that. I want to know how he felt afterwards. There's this whole theory too, where like, because I was watching Hot Ones and this guy that like makes hot pepper, like grows them and stuff like that. He's like an expert or whatever, and he was saying like like Sean Evans asked him like, is it true that like, hot stuff doesn't actually burn in your stomach, like doesn't burn a hole or ruin your gut or something? He's like, no, it's the chemical reaction to your taste buds, like it's your saliva and stuff that makes it hot. So when it enters your stomach, it's not actually like hot. That was really, so I thought about that when he ate the Pocky chip, when Hoosier ate it. I was like, I mean, I guess he's okay, because I don't think it's going to do anything to his stomach except for, toilet time. Piece of cake. All right, well, that's good. Was I watching the same vid? My guy almost died. What? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, he at least, yeah, exactly. He survived it. I did the Pocky challenge and I didn't find it hot. Well, I mean, there's always gonna be somebody that doesn't that stuff isn't hot for it. Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's rare. I told Ashley, like, I need to buy the Pocky chip just to literally try a bite. I just want to try a bite just to see how much little piece.
Didn't you do that?
Well, that's not the same thing, though.
Not the same. It's just a different one.
I think
you did those pepper ones.
This chip that he did is supposed to be like probably the hottest chip ever made. And it's really big. I don't know. Hoosier, you probably have more information about that. I don't really know. Let me look up my review. Haunted Ghost Pepper Chips. Yeah, so it was, which is it's a really cool bag too. And back when I did thumbnails that were like this, like it's kind of stupid. Yeah. Like, it's not that good of a thumbnail, but dang, 4 years ago, 393 views. That's kind of good, I guess. Toe of Satan is next. Oh my God, like Drew about died. Snack dropped that one. So my one question I finally get to is we're like almost 30 minutes in. What would you say? And I mean, like, me and you have talked about this, like, in general before, on the phone and whatnot for like hours, but obviously just for live stream's sake, what would you say is your original inspiration and to do YouTube, and like what's like sort of like basically the same thing I asked Lucas, like what's the original intention? What do you want, what were you wanting to do with it, basically? Because I know like your style is a lot like Nostalgia Critic, because we've obviously watched him a lot. Because if you've never watched a Worst Reviews, guys, it's literally like showing a movie clips while Ryan talks, like, edits it all nice, where he's, in front of the camera talking, cuts to movie clips, like just just having fun talking about how bad a movie is. Like if it's just kind of, it's because he's reviewing movies that are always like the ones you don't like, which is the most fun. So
which means
they're just passion projects in the biggest way, like these big scale videos. So what would you say is your your whole original reason?
I mean, it's changed over the years,
Same.
but
like
for both of us, it's changed
pretty
drastically from what it started as. But the original reason,
Vampire's Kiss was the best movie. Anybody that hasn't seen that movie, it deserves a watch. I'll tell you that. It deserves a fun. You get a bunch of people together. Get your family together and watch that atrocity. It's not so bad it's good, but it is a fun time. It is very fun to watch.
The catch about Vampire's Kiss is it's not easy to find and watch. It's not streaming anywhere. True. You have to buy it. That's the catch. Like on DVD. Yeah. And it's actually on Blu-ray. I don't know if I ever told you that.
Oh god, why did they go out of their way to make a Blu-ray version? Like why? Like it's not gonna look any good.
But at either rate, I'm trying to pinpoint in my head what the original intent was. I know I wanted to do vlogs because that was the big thing. Everyone was doing vlogs, and I was like, I'm going to do a vlog series, and that's just what I'm going to do and talk about life. I mean, that was really just kind of the big intent. And that's the weird part is I'm kind of in the same boat as you with starting the food reviews, because you didn't start because of somebody. You literally started because of that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, self-interest.
And from my point of view, I didn't really start because of anybody. Like I started just to start YouTube. Like I can't pinpoint like, oh, I wanted to start because of this person exactly. Like there wasn't an exact point I can pinpoint in my head. And especially rewatching, not that I've recently done it, but I've kind of recently actually rewatched like my first 3 vlogs / videos I ever did.
It can be very interesting to do.
There's not a goal in mind. It's literally just I'm going to sit down and mention, okay, I'm watching this show and I like this music, and that's it.
Like right when, like the second you ever mention vlogs in your vlogs, the first thing that I always think of is not the video even, but the thumbnail for Mustachioed. Like every time, it's like the weirdest. Just like, what is this? Like, what's up, Lucas? Good to have you, bro.
And that was just on some random trip home, like
I think you back from Branson or whatever.
It was some kind of Branson trip
with Emily as well, or something. So it fit the mold of like what was going on. It was to entertain Emily, but also like just the most random, just like few
3 seconds, and then the music is creepy on purpose, because it was one of those like random YouTube studio songs you can put in, and that was like the first one, so I'm like, that one. So yeah, I mean the actual intent. Okay, that's a good example though of me not having a goal. Like it's literally my history with YouTube pre me starting a channel might have some kind of answer, like if I were to really think about it, because 2008-ish is when I discovered YouTube. It may have been a little before 2008.
I mean, yeah, and it was only 2 years old, so that's, you know what I mean? Like
with
it's crazy that you had YouTube starting in 2006.
2005, I think.
5?
I'm not actually sure on that, but
let me Google that.
I know that 2005 was the first video that got uploaded. But anyway, I remember one of the first things was getting trolled by Rick Rolls. I remember that crap.
Wow, literally Valentine's Day 2005, you're right.
Okay, yeah, so early.
Well, founded. Hang on, founded then. Founded. But did a video get uploaded in 2006?
I don't know when.
I mean, but
however, you would have known how to put up a video, because for me and you, it was kind of hard to figure out at first. I didn't really know what to do. And I applaud anybody who literally started like in 2006 and stuff. Like, those people are legends to me.
April 23rd, 2005. The first video was uploaded April 23rd, 2005. It doesn't say who, though.
I know the video. It's the elephant video.
Okay, yeah. Which is like so random. Makes me think that it was like, because why wouldn't like the creators of YouTube be the first one to upload something to test it? Like, it's a random guy. That shows exactly what YouTube became. Random people making content. Like, just, I don't know. Like, I mean, then again, they might have uploaded something on private. That would be a cool question.
Yeah,
like that one lady, whatever her name is. I've seen her in videos with people like millions of subscribers. Like, they met her, the actual like head lady of YouTube. Like when Markiplier was having issues with YouTube or something, he had to she literally called him, and he didn't give her the number. Like, she tracked him down basically, which is cool. Like, if you are having YouTube issues and the founder of the whole thing, I don't know if she's the founder, but calls you.
But yeah, it's somewhere in like 2008 to 2010 ish. If I really think back, I could probably find my inspiration, but I think mostly it was just to be on YouTube. You know what I mean? It was literally just kind of like another thing to do.
Well, you know, it's just no matter who it is, whether someone's my best friend, whether someone's just like someone I just met, I think it's like a super interesting question. Just I mean, what is their original motive? But what's your motive now? You feel like then? Because obviously it's changed.
Now, and and
we've talked about like how much you love editing, like, and how much that's like the number one factor of YouTube for you.
I have never equally loved every aspect of YouTube, but editing for me and you is definitely the consistent thing. We both
and also that final product watch after
you get it done. And to go back to it and to say, this is mine, I love this.
And a few years later, you watch something, you're like, man, this is still good. Like, that's a good feeling.
Yeah. I mean, and just not to be a certain way, but that's me with, of course, not everything I've done, but a lot of my stuff, I can look back right now and like a big chunk of my recent stuff, I can be like, yeah, I wanted that put up and that's up. Like, I don't know. But I love doing YouTube, or else I wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
I love doing it, but it's like, I think my motive from the beginning was, I'm going to do whatever I want. There was never a thought process of like, I'm going to be that vlog guy. Like, no. Like, yeah, I did vlogs, but that was just, A, that was because everyone else was doing them, and B, that felt like the funnest thing to do. And so that's what I did.
I'm my biggest fan. Yeah, that actually is a really good feeling, because guys, like, especially with recently how much editing, and I'm not trying to be like, oh, how much work I'm putting into the videos, but like, you know, like I've been kind of like quality over quantity lately. Like, even though I put up 2 videos today, so that's quantity. But I've been taking extra time on the editing, just kind of like, you know, putting B-roll in and just putting like some jokes here and there. Like Godzilla and Bacon thing took like a little bit to actually piece together. Like I was like, okay, like, you know, find this and this, but
And
you know, that final product, when you've made something you're proud of, there's always, and I'm always gonna watch back a video, because I watch my stuff I watch it in the edit back, and then I watch it on my phone after I've saved it to my phone. It's completely rendered. And before I put it up, I make completely sure, because sometimes with editing programs, it could be something that you just like, that you missed. Because when you watch the final video, the MP4 version of it, it's going to be the smoothest possible. Like, it's not going to be like there's not going to be any issue with watching it. It's going to play normally from beginning to end. And watching that, and even, you know, even when I'm making new videos, like, I still am always going to be like, I could have added this, or I could have, you know, like, or a little bit more B-roll would have helped here. Because sometimes, like, just me talking to the camera bores the crap out of me, and I'm just like, okay, like, there should have been something going on screen. But I've been taking more time to do that, and I feel like it's helping, because it's just like, it's the slightest change in direction. Like, it's not really too far off of what I usually do, but being very mobile with it, using my the vlog stick and stuff, has helped tremendously. Like, it's literally just like, I can film a video so quick, but also make an edit good. Like, it's like, I don't want to like I just don't want it to, like, because I've been through it all mentally with videos. Like, oh, should I like put as many videos out as possible to like get that growth, like new items all the time or whatever, but the video itself isn't like up to quality, you know, like, it just kind of quick. Like, no, like, it just, like, I've kind of just changed my mind on that and just kind of like, you know, if you take time to perfect, and, you know, like, I really do, I look up to Mr. Beast a lot just because of his advice and stuff on YouTube, and that's something that he said that has always stuck with me. Like, a long time ago he said this, and it always stuck with me, which is, people will notice how much work you put into a video. Like, they'll watch and they'll keep watching, and you'll get that watch time if you just, the effort. You know, like, last night I edited those 2 videos, and like, it took a while, like, it took hours, but it's like, but it's so worth it. And it's, you know, a 4 or 5 minute video, like, those reviews are not long, but it still felt like a century. Like, and I kind of hate that feeling too. You put all this work into a video, and then you watch it back realizing this is 3.5 minutes. Like, it's like, how is it this quick? But that's editing. Like, if you put a bunch of effort into a video, it could still end up being just kind of short. I've been trying to make my videos longer, but it's just so hard, because I'm so not willing to keep all the crap. Like, I'm not willing to just sit there and like, I don't have as high standards as it makes it sound. Like, it sounds like I'm like, oh, every little, you know, thing's got to be perfect. Like, I'm aware that it's fine if it's not. And there could be humor in it not being. But I'm appreciating that in my own work recently, which is just like, just taking the extra time with each video instead of like, I just got to like, blah, 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 and get it all out. Because I've done that. I've done exactly what I'm doing now before, but I think it's really all about figuring out what works. And like with what Ryan said about vlogging and stuff, that didn't work for him. The random new movie reviews, it didn't work for him. Like, his style, you got to just stick true to what you want to do and not be like anybody else. And I really feel like that has been so important for me in this whole learning experience with YouTube. Is anytime I've ever kind of accidentally I've never pretended to be like anybody else on the channel. You'll find no video where I'm literally acting like somebody else. But like, it's so easy to kind of accidentally do that. Like, just kind of, you see a video that really inspires you. Like, you could watch a Mr. Beast video and then be like, oh my God, like, I need to do exactly that to be successful. But if you don't make it your own, people will notice that too. Like, it's tricky because food reviewing is such a niche thing. It's so like legitly like we're, you know, all of us in the review crew are doing like the same thing. A couple of us doing like, okay, challenges here. Curbside does like vlogs of them bowling and stuff sometimes, and I love that because it's like it's sticking to your personality, what you want to do, and they're aware like those videos probably aren't going to do like the best. I mean, they probably could, but like when you have a niche going for so long and then it's like you mix it up a little bit, it's tricky, but I feel like it's worth it to just like Tyrone Magnus is another bit of inspiration because he literally does whatever. Like he said, like, yeah, my channel is my name. Like, it's like, this is me, this is my life. If you don't like it, you can get the heck out of here. Like, it's because he had a video like nobody knew he was apparently colorblind. And he's had a part 1 and part 2 of him trying on his new like colorblind glasses or whatever. And I think that's cool that that's just a random video. Like, he's like, I'm going to test this out. That's so beyond different than a reaction to a movie trailer or whatever. But he has, I think he's getting close to 2 million. Like, that's crazy. He just hit 1 million like maybe a year ago. And I think I saw the other day it was like 1.90 something. So, I mean, it's like, you know, it's all about the person. I know that nobody likes to watch just somebody just kind of be like, whatever, just slap a video together. And, you know, I can watch people in one take if you have the personality to carry it. You know what I mean? Like, there's some people like maybe, for instance, Something New, Big Ben, our guy in the review crew, like if he was to do a one take video, I would watch because he has charisma. But he doesn't. He has charisma and he edits kind of like me. It's literally like he builds these products of videos that just totally make sense. I caught a couple times I saw like, Ben, I had to edit out. Yeah, it's like it's so tricky because if you watch somebody, you could almost like the other day I was watching Healthy Junk Food, and like I need to show Ryan these guys. They're a couple, and JP is like the funniest guy on the planet, and they do food stuff, but him talking is funny. He's one of those people, like, he just like, okay, for instance, like this is the kind of humor that I think is funny because it's stupid humor. Like, started a video saying like, this video is us taking your requests, reviewing your requests. Like, he just kept saying your requests like 5 times, and I just like, I died because it just like, it's exactly the type of humor I like and the kind of humor that I try to have in my videos. Like in the with the chili burger, I was just like, you know, like Texas, Tejas, Twisted. Like, I just allowed myself to not take it seriously, and just, I think, you know, with what was happening visually, people were going to stick around for the video, and I don't know. It's like, I kind of switch back and forth sometimes. I go really, really professional with what I say, and then the next video I'm like really laid back and just like, you know.
I think that might be kind of a shift for both of us, is not taking it so serious.
Mm-hmm.
Because definitely in the
first, personalities stick out way more than trying to trying to be serious too hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like people will notice when you're just being so like forceful.
Definitely compared to like both of our channels, definitely if you look at the first half of both of our channels, we're both
trying too hard.
We're trying to be really like take it super serious, and it's like, it's not that it's like bad,
but that was also YouTube back then though. Well, we've kind of shifted with the with how YouTube has changed. Like I just feel like everybody back then was like, hey guys, this is like, and there's just like a very scripted because I just think back to filming in my dad's kitchen and just, hey guys, this is average and we're gonna blah, and I'm just literally to the T saying exactly what we're gonna do. And it's not like those videos are terrible, but it's like,
no, they're not.
There's worse videos down the line. So I'll give it that. When we filmed then, like, I probably would cringe so hard if I went back, because there'd be videos that I'm like, that could have been edited like very way quicker.
Premiere an old one but re-edited. I've thought of that many a times, but that's actually something I never really thought of. Is really the first half of both of our channels is really just like my worst reviews. Really, the whole time that I did worst reviews, like the original format, those videos are not fun. Like, they're very, very, I'm not going to say they're cringy or anything, but they're very, like, I am really trying to be dead on serious with what I'm talking about. It's really weird. Like, it's just, and it's not me. It's really me trying to put on like
it wasn't like we weren't like you weren't we talked about it at the time whenever you would go to the like the building at your parents.
Yeah, that's exactly what I think of when I think of
like, and there's there's been some great times with all that, and like, us hanging out, playing Rock Band and all that. But yeah, it's like, when I really think about it, yeah, it's like when I think back to some old worst reviews, there's definitely some forced stuff. But I remember you having the moment where you told me this just isn't working for me. And
I only said that and did that because of
Coulter, what the heck are you talking about? Like, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Just whatever.
But if I were to specifically be, because I could specifically be like, okay, Chris Stuckman, Jeremy Johns, I could say those guys like, oh, they were, but really, I was doing what I was doing before I even knew about them. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So like, as I was doing it and kind of keeping up with those kind of guys, there's many more guys, but they're the only two that come to mind right now. But
yeah, they are the top. They're the top two.
I started realizing, like, do I want to make these videos? Like, I don't know. It was a weird, because I was doing them just because I'm like, oh, I enjoy doing this. But I was like, maybe I enjoy doing it, but also maybe I don't really enjoy going back and watching them that much. I don't know. It was kind of it was hard to slow down and be like,
you knew at the time that this was not good. Like, you knew, like, you knew that it was you not being yourself.
There was that, but there was,
but we weren't able to figure out what the issue was for it back then. Now we look back and we're able to say that was the problem.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to, like, talk about movies more in depth. I mean, that's
and we both have in our own ways. And like I've always said, if I didn't have this channel, or if I didn't make the channel what it is, it would be movie content, because we're both evenly passionate about the stuff. And
and
so
you've talked about doing like a dual review, like dual long form review with me, and that would be really cool to kind of plan it and script it, and it'd be a lot of moving parts, but I think it could work out.
Yeah. And I mean, and you guys, and some of you that don't know, like, I dabble in movie content. Like, I'm always collabing with Anthony. I got a collab with Jacob Barton coming. Jacob actually invited me. He's kind of in that circle of Anthony friends, and I've kind of gotten to know Jacob a little more, but I won't spoil what the movie is. But it's exciting because like people are like kind of reaching out as like, hey, I see you do this with Anthony. You want to like watch this movie and then like review it. It's always a yes, like absolutely, and especially if I haven't seen it, because then I'm even more interested to like. But if it's a movie that I'm like I already know I love, like I can't wait to, you know. So I remember thinking way back in the day, and I think it was even. It sounds really weird to say this, but like I think it was even a day that I was hanging out with you at your parents' house. I think there was this day where like one of those nights where like you're already asleep and I'm not, and then just like it just something just clicked. Like whenever I get into my thinking zone, just brainstorming, something just kind of clicked with me. Like one day I want to be the guy that can say, like I've done a little bit of everything, like content wise, like not really, but like I do a little bit of everything. Like, because I remember thinking back then, like, you know, if I have a job and I have some kind of life, like, how am I going to have time for that? And that's true because it is an issue of time. With my 9 to 5 job, it's literally like if that wasn't the case, that didn't exist, man. Like, like you guys don't even know like how much I would be dedicating to working on the channel and like how much it would help. I know it would help tremendously. Because I've seen people do that and their growth just like all of a sudden. But I just remember thinking that, and it's weird to say, like, I can say that I do that now. Like, even if it's not my own channel, I still do stuff with other people that involves something other than food because I never wanted to be limited to just that. I love Trap Tries for what it is. It's my baby. And I love food reviewing because like the whole original intention was like I love food so freaking much. like me and you have always been foodies and snackers, and we love to try different drinks and all that back then. And it was sort of also my way of getting out of the like, yeah, I'm just like I'm so limited to what I eat, and so I'm just like, let me just explore stuff through videos. And so it makes sense in a way. But with a little bit of inspiration from Stone Gremlin, whatever, Brad. Yes. But because he used to just do like Pepsi, like Crystal. He had the like original Crystal Pepsi where he was like, yeah, this has been in my basement for 5 years. Here we go. Just like what? And it's cool to see him actually. He's kind of made a comeback with his food reviews, but he mostly does movie content. So that's hilarious. He ended up being sort of like me in a lot of ways, but try not to lose my voice here. But that, you know, I can actually say that like I'm a creator. It doesn't necessarily have to mean just my channel and that's it. Like the podcast, I've got, you know, I've always wanted to dabble into a little bit of everything, even though people could probably look at that and be like, yeah, but if you put 100% of your time into one thing, you'll perfect it. And it's like, yeah, but that's no fun.
Yeah, it's
like, it's just like, I mean, it is because most of the percentage of my time when it comes to creating is this channel. But, but, because, you know, like if I have an edit to do and stuff, I'm putting off like filming my collab piece with Anthony or something until I can free up time. Like there's like this channel's number one and then everything else. So because it's difficult, guys. Like if you're wanting to start a channel, like I you know, me and Dustin always talk about this all the time. Like we recommend it, but we also want to brace people for like, if you want your videos to be good, though, if you have standards for quality and stuff, you're going to have to put in the work, and it's a lot. And if you have a real job, good luck figuring out how to balance that, because, I mean, you will figure out how to balance it like I do, but just be aware that, like, that feeling of there's always something happening next. There's always something going on. You're going to have that all the time. Like, but it's worth it, you know. Life is meant to be, and you stay busy and you do your thing and you have fun. And I mean, that's every single bit of this is fun as it can possibly be.
But I could definitely say, like, what Snack said is, that's my favorite part. Watching the final product, I'm my biggest fan. That's the only way to be, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's the only way to do it.
And it's like, and don't be too hard on yourself either. Whenever like there's a little part of your video that didn't add up. Like, if you want to go back and re-edit that, do it. I did that last night. There was a part of one of my reviews where it was a sudden like clicking sound, like just literally just a really loud. It was almost like I had a piece of sound that was like very small in there. And I went back and re-edited it, or just like took that out and re-pieced it together, just because I was like, that's not how I imagined this. If I don't, it was just something that wasn't a big deal to redo. I had already rendered it, but I hadn't uploaded it yet. So I was like, let me catch myself before I do the rest. And then, do all this, like just this little part. It's worth it. If you want to go back and fix little things, then do it, but don't stress about like you uploaded it and then you find a problem. And then it's like, just don't.
Yeah.
Like I have to do this a lot with myself, because I do try to have high standards, but I I think like this all the time. Like, the next video, like, that's next time. Like, try again next time. Like, every single video is like, I'm trying to make it better every time. And it's like, and if you don't make it better, even if you've been doing this for years, it's like, there's the next video, and you'll just slowly see yourself progress to greatness. It's like the word, like you'll, because I feel like now, like,
well, I mean,
it's exactly what I want it to be. Like, my final product is exactly.
Because I mean, I love like, if I want to throw on a random, like, oh, I'm gonna go live real quick, I mean, I'll do it. And like, I do want to, with Aaron, like, and I've told you this somewhat, like, I do want to start some kind of podcast series of my own, and it's me and Aaron. I've wanted to do that for a while. I don't know if that would ever actually happen, because I don't even know if he's so busy. He just ghosts me very often. Like,
Aaron, where are you at, bro? I know you're watching.
But it's like, but it's
and
like,
he jumps in every now and then. It's like, you repent, and then he's chatting, and I'm like, oh, hey, Aaron,
yeah.
Like,
but I don't know. Like, I would love
legs fart basket right now. I keep looking. I meant to ask y'all if you're investing in crypto. I don't. What?
We're not. We're not.
I think of destroy all humans, like, immediately.
I know.
Like, all right.
Like Bitcoin or whatever is what he's talking about. But anyway. Yeah. But yeah, that's the only way to be, is like having fun, doing what you want to do, and doing what works for you. I mean, there's no other way.
It's going to change over time, and just let it just happen.
And that's what life's all about too. Life is all about change. I mean, you said embrace change, and that was your status for forever on Skype. It might still be.
Yeah, I've totally forgot about that. But let me look at my pinned comment on pinned thing on Twitter, because I put it, and I think I still am gonna keep it forever, I think, and it's kind of a weird date, February 1st, 2020. Your changes right before COVID.
Yeah.
Your changes start mentally first. Doing something about your mental capacity is better than doing nothing. Once you figure out how to help yourself mentally, doors will start to open. That's literally my motto of life. Like, because it's literally all about, to me, like, the way that you think right now. If you want to stop thinking that way, you have to do the work. That's probably my biggest, like, thing in life. Like, if I had like a number one thing to go by in life, it's literally like, you could literally change the way you think at any second. You can change the way you
Mhm.
think, do anything right now. Because people just feel like I'm stuck, and it's like, no, you're not. Like, and it's easier said than done. Like, do I feel like I'm stuck at my job? Like, yes and no. Like, I feel like I'm trying to figure out what's next, but I also know, like, the sky's the limit. Like, I have, that cliche. Like, I know that there's something better for me, but I will do everything in my power to find it. Like, I have, like, zero, like, oh, I don't want to, like, I just want to stay here forever. No, forget that. Like, I know, like, because I look back at what I've done and how much it has proceeded, like, how much it has changed my life in a positive way. And guys, like, that's the realest thing that I could ever say to you guys is literally, like, if you feel stuck, like, it is not over. Like, it's not over.
And try stuff. I mean, that's the whole.
Yeah, like, if something doesn't work,
like,
if you're wanting to,
because
you're trying to break away from a drug that you feel like you're making your life really bad, like, it's just gonna take the work. Like, some people just don't want to do the work on stuff, and it's like, well, then sorry. It's like, like, so many people, because I have literally been there. Like, I've been in that place where it's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know how to change this. And then, like, I think through those struggles, I learned that you have complete control, like, in every possible way. And I mean that in the best possible way.
Whoa. Definitely to like
one viewer.
What?
we bored the crap out.
And that's probably me because I had chat pulled.
Sorry, guys, but it's all good. People jump in and out. And I do that to people all the time when I'm watching lives. Like, I gotta jump in and out. I can't just, like, spend the whole time there. But like I said, like you said, with what made me want to start, even thinking so hard on it, I can't pinpoint a thing or like a want. Like, I can't pinpoint it, but it definitely has stayed to the core. It's what I want to do. Yeah.
Like, it's I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm ignoring. That's what I've always done, is ignore everything else and just do what I want to do.
Yeah, and I mean, our content is so different, but we've realized, like, because when we were kids, we probably literally would have had the mindset, like, gotta make the same kind of thing. Yeah. Like, but we realized, like, where we became adults, it's just that thing, like, we're different people, and it's like, and that's totally fine. That doesn't mean that it's like a bromance has to end. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like it's like that's almost more beautiful, is when people are different but still connect. And like, and me and you are always, like, whatever you're down and I want you in a video, you're right away like, yeah, let's do it no matter what it is. And or the other way around, like, because I do want to be on Worst Reviews more often. It's like the time and the energy.
Well, I mean, and we'd have to figure out what to do, because yes, like I said, we were gonna do Godzilla Final Wars. And that never happened.
Yeah, because I think when we watched it finally, it kind of was like flatlined for me on the inspiration. But I mean, it still would be fun.
I think
it's just like, it's a thing.
I think it would be more than worth a video. I mean, obviously, like, I'm not gonna make a video on it because that's more of you would be perfect, and then I would be perfect as
the guy from the outside in.
Well, I don't want to say like a guy who's not a fan of Godzilla, like, because I'm a big Godzilla fan. I always have been.
Like, yeah, like you love the franchise. You just, like, the knowledge is more me. So which is fine. Like, that's why it would be a good video, because that would clash, and it's like,
because of course I'm gonna be all about, like, most of what I was gonna say. I was already scripting it in my head, like, this is a commercial. That's all the movie.
And it'd be all more enjoyable. It'd be all more enjoyable that we both don't like it. This isn't a situation where I'm like, I'm trying to like win you over on this Godzilla movie. Like, no, it's trash, man. And it's just Steven's favorite one. And I'm like, I don't know why. Like, I understand the idea, but it's like I'm just way more of the like, okay, 94 stuff with only him in it. And like, just like, but I'm way more all about like kaiju fights and like him going against somebody. If I have to pick a thing that happens in a Godzilla movie, he does fight somebody. If I wrote a Godzilla movie, it's like, yes, but make it like, but make it more like not freaking Dragon Ball Z meets like live action trash. Like it's just I don't know. But that was the point. That's the point of Final Wars is they thought that was the end of Godzilla. So it was like go all out. So it's a movie that I'm glad exists because of that. It's like because it really helped. It helped that there was more movies down the road to say, no, that didn't have to be the end. Like, please. like it's weird to think about 99 going into Godzilla 2000 and that movie being so solid the way it is. And then we get up to Final Wars. Like, because against Mechagodzilla and all the Millennium stuff, mostly it's all good. And then Final Wars is just absolute. Like, and then leading from, because, oh my God, like,
I will say,
Megaguirus is so trash too. So those are the two, like, yeah, it's something that doesn't sound like it even exists. But it's basically just like Godzilla from 2000 fights, like this random bug thing that's a lot like Batra, but it's just trash, man. It's like they took Millennium Godzilla and mixed it with Showa stuff. It just like Final Wars did, and it's like, please no. And anyway, I
will say that even after us watching Final Wars, it's not a movie that would go on my worst of all time list. I really don't think it's. I don't think it's good at all, but I don't think it would really be worth even putting on like a worst list. I mean, yeah, worst Godzilla movie, which I can't really say much about that because
that's like its own. That's its own section.
Well, not only that, but it's like me. I am a fan enough to be like I want to watch them all, and maybe I think like it's one of these things where I knew for a fact I'd never seen Final Wars. I never saw that in my life, but there's probably just some little random. I think the random 70s ones I've never seen. And those might be the only ones I've never seen because I know I've seen all the 90s ones.
Yeah.
But I mean, none of it was recent. But the only recent stuff is the random ones I've seen with you, whatever ones we've watched. I don't even know.
Man, it's just like when I have a moment like I'm having now where I'm reflecting on the trash, it's like, oh my God, like there's been some stinkers. Like, because there was a whole era of doing it for kids. And so it's literally, but it's funny because in that era, like there's little like super serious ones that are also show a style.
Was actually all right. It wasn't like freaking awesome by any stretch.
It's weird to think that kicked off like the technical Showa era because that's only the third Godzilla movie ever made. So it's like, so quick to make him go against King Kong is weird to think about. Their thinking back then, because Godzilla was inspired by Kong. Like the guy that made Godzilla was like he saw the 33 King Kong movie in theaters and was like, Godzilla. Japan needs a monster, and to think that he became more popular and more movies is like, wow, like they really did something cool.
I love that King Kong came out in 33. That's mind blowing.
Yeah, it's like so freaking long ago.
Like, and the effects are what they are. They're pretty much perfect for the time. It's mind blowing with in that regard. But
like back then, like not even that means like it was shot before 33.
Yeah,
like stop motion, having him like wrestle like a T-Rex and stuff, like all
probably
fluid,
took
and
3
it looks
years
as
to make.
you
I
know.
don't know.
I need to rewatch that. The only time I saw it was with Colin, and I need to like soak it in kind of on my own. But
Yeah,
a Blu-ray without that would be cool, even though it's not meant for Blu-ray. But a crisp, clear black and white movie, it's like why not? Phil's a really cool guy. Yeah, Phil just breaking up the conversation. But no, like it's I will say this. Before 2014 came out, I was doing that whole thing where I kind of got back into the franchise and rewatched a lot of my favorites. Like I rewatched the Heisei era, but I didn't. But I knew because Showa was bad that I haven't. There's so many that I haven't seen since I was a kid. So one day I specifically Showa to the end of Showa would be a fun, just like literally just see if there's anything to. There's stuff to salvage. There's Mechagodzilla, the very original. Terra Mechagodzilla is trash. I
think that's the one we watched.
Yeah, which I don't know why. I don't know why that was the one we watched at your house.
I was
know why we thought it was cool.
I was sitting through it, and I'm just like, no.
I want to, even though I know it's garbage, I want to watch Son of Godzilla again. Like just watch it.
And the funniest part about this, because like how we're about to do that commentary, is literally we can do a commentary on any movie on Earth. So I mean, any of those. Even though I don't know if they'd be worth that, but just throwing it out there.
The Showa era, and here's why I want to rewatch it. I'm really good with the years on every other era. Showa, I'm like kind of like, oh, which one, what, like in what order, and are any of them? I don't remember if any of them are connected to another one, because I know the Heisei was literally a story from beginning to end. It was like Return of Godzilla came out in 1984, and then ends with Destroya. Even though his design changed and everything, but it's still the same. It's like the MonsterVerse for back then. But the Millennium era has something to give. I'm very surprised with how good that they were able to make the Kiryu era with against Mechagodzilla and Tokyo SOS. They actually did a really good job with a newer, more recent movies that were like have their new style, because that was the early 2000s, and like it feels like a movie would be made now, but in Japan. I'm ready to get back to that. I'm ready for a Shin Godzilla that's not Shin Godzilla movie. Like I want to like see Toho do. I mean, Godzilla franchise is bigger than it's ever been right now, and so I know Toho has plans to they got Singular Point coming out, which is the anime. And I'm excited for let's see what they can do with Suitamation now, without Shin, just not a stiff weird alien version. Just give us how it used to be, but new effects from Japan. I feel like we deserve that. And even if they wanted to do something really ridiculous, Godzilla versus MonsterVerse Godzilla, or just because I feel like that's something that they would do because it's Japan. But legendary version would be a suit version of him or something. You could get really nerdy with all that. I just want to see it brought back to its roots, or go dark again. You can go like that, make it like 54, which was what Shin is, but not in that way, please. Just
Shin, it's
not just like a walking tank that doesn't move much. I love it for what it is. The cinematography of that movie is amazing. It is the music is one of the best soundtracks of the franchise. Because it's being taken as a horror movie. It's because 2014 was like if Godzilla really happened type of thing that they were trying to go for. But Shin was like, if Godzilla really happened to Japan, because I think it's Tokyo right there with the atomic breath scene and all that. I'm pretty sure.
I think it nails down. I think,
but in a weird way, a sci-fi way. Like I'm ready to see like them do like, okay, Godzilla like the MonsterVerse, but Japan doing it. I'm just saying the franchise has no limits. You could make him live on for decades, and it's just exciting to know like they'll be continuing movies forever, and and now Adam Wingard is in talks to do the Kong Skull Island 2, like quote unquote Son of Kong right now is what they're calling it. But it's like the title isn't official, and even him doing this isn't official. But with what he did with the color and everything of GVK, like I'm there. Like I'm there on like another colorful but Kong movie. Because I think that is the one thing missing in the franchise right now is Skull Island 2. Like we need like that. But in the Hollow Earth. So that would be even cooler. And it's like, okay. Exploring the natives storyline and all that because they got wiped out and all this stuff that y'all don't care about. But I'm just like, we're just ranting about this. But
becoming more.
I don't know. Maybe Worst Reviews one day in some way needs a whole like hour video or something. We just dissect the franchise or something cool. In some way, like.
And we did those podcasts, but they were like the Trav live show. Like we need to.
Yeah.
See, because I don't formally have like a podcast on Worst Reviews, and I technically could create it at any time.
Yeah,
like I've thought of it just to be like, okay, well, my plan.
I mean, that would fit your channel well with the long form videos. You already have long form, like, but doing like an hour podcast. And we already know how to podcast.
It's so crazy how I've never done a podcast at all. It's just weird because it feels like I would have by now.
The worst podcast. But not worst.
I have to think of a name.
The worst podcast.
Of course, my plan is like, okay, I want Aaron to do it. I want him to be my main guest, even though
we need to get some branding going with your channel too. We need somebody to make you like an official logo. Like you don't have like a technical. Like I'm just saying that would fall into like having a podcast, and you can use that logo with it. You know, like
yeah.
Like, I mean, your picture is cool and everything because it captures exactly. It's just like you, but I'm just saying, like, we still never got.
That was a random.
We still never got like a sticky tape stuck like logo for you, like a legit.
And
like,
I've just
really
I've never thought about it. I mean, I might cut my cover. I
mean, like a complete channel rebrand or whatever. If you want to change direction in your color or whatever, like then we can.
I don't know. I do like that.
And I can do all kinds of tests with like Adobe Spark Posts. I can technically make a logo. It just wouldn't be like something like Tim Sands.
It's just funny with me being the graphic design guy. Like I've never done that. Like it's just a funny thought.
Shout out to Tim Sands. I know that he's not like available anymore to talk to, but like guys, like if you guys want to know like who made my logo, like. Well, he made the splatter. I'll say that. He didn't make the text, but still, like, wow. Just he did exactly what I wanted, and changing it to yellow made so much sense because it wasn't blood anymore. Like, looked like it, and just he killed it with that. So I know he's probably not watching, but shout out to Tim Sands. Like, he literally like has done so much for the channel just by having the logo, which is now official merch. If you think about like he's the reason for that. I've always wanted just a logo that's literally my own. No, like it's not a Google image, it's not nothing, and it's completely original. So it's amazing. But anyway, guys, we are nearing an hour and a half mark, and then we probably need to get going. But for the 3 watching, appreciate you guys, and definitely subscribe to Ryan's channel. And man, my voice, hello. Getting random comments. But you guys have a good one. Thank you for joining the stream. For those that did, if you're enjoying the content, yeah, Phil is cool. Definitely put that on screen for the very end wrap up. If you don't die, Trev. Anna was still watching this whole time. Sorry, guys, to bore you on Godzilla franchise stuff. But anyway, if you guys are enjoying the kind of change in direction of the channel, I appreciate that. I'm glad people are liking. I feel like more people are watching to the end. Like, I've had way more comments lately, and it's weird. And so I appreciate it. And with that being said, Ryan, is there anything you want to say?
No, not other
By
than
Ryan with an I-N-E.
Ryan. Just make whatever content you want to make.
And if you don't make content, then start making content. Still have the metal bottle opener. Yeah, it's so cool.
Go G.
And I did a pretty lengthy watch along with Phil on the Godzilla franchise, which was fun back then. But it feels weird now because I would have even different opinions now, most likely, on what we watch. So, but anyway, yeah, you guys, you also stay unique, and we'll be talking to you guys next time.